I love going on adventures, and most of the time they're quite spontaneous, and I went on an adventure this week to go and visit my family.
It's way past my bedtime. I am at the airport. I'm just about to board a flight. It's really quiet at the airport today, actually. It's new moon and Diwali, which is very, very cool to be flying at this time, with this energy being up in the sky with it. But yeah, just super quiet. Have a look at this.
It's generally an 11-hour flight, but when I touch down in Malaysia, it's always such a familiar place. It is the place I was born. And when I went home, my mum had set up her camera because she did a beautiful welcoming home for me, which I was not expecting, and I didn't know she was recording it either, but she just wanted it for her, and so I'm sharing it with you. A beautiful lighting of the lamps and a beautiful prayer and a genuine hug from my mother, who I haven't seen since January. And then we sat together when we all showered and got dressed, and we did the kolam, our beautiful design at the front of the house, and we lit the lamps together just as an integration of I've arrived home, I've put new clothing on, I'm fresh, and this is a new beginning for our family time together while I am here in Malaysia. Malaysia is pretty familiar with me because I come here so often, but it's always just so amazing. The colours, the beauty, all the cultures coming together. And of course, Kiran lives here, and it's so nice to be able to catch up with her when I'm here. I wish we could keep the whole team together, but Soul33 is an international business, and we have people all over the world. Kiran's been with me for many, many, many years, from my previous work to the app to Soul33, and she is the one that is on the other side of your email. So we had a nice lunch together and spent a few hours together the other day, so I wanted to share a bit with you.
Kiran and I finally get to meet second time this year, right?
Hi everyone, yes, second time this year.
So we're lucky. Otherwise, she's not. A full team is never complete unless Kiran's with us.
Missing Lucy.
Yeah, we are missing Lucy. We'll cut her in somewhere. Welcome to the Beacon by Soul33 teachings for your past, present and future. Good morning everybody. It is the 27th of October. I am here in Malaysia at the moment, so scenery is a little bit different, sounds are going to be a bit different, but you'll just have to go along the journey with me. We've got another Monday mantra for you, a very important lesson because we're making a transition into the new month and we're in Scorpio season. So if you are not driving, don't forget to get your journals out, your pens, make notes on your phone, but if you are driving, just sit back and listen. Remember, Monday mantras are not about just getting to what the words are of the Monday mantra. It is feeling into what is being said. It is to piece the puzzles together, and every Monday mantra is like a chapter of a book where you can go back and revisit and piece everything together, because it's all about our soul progression. It's all about our healing. It's all about maximizing what we are here in life to understand, to unfold, to learn, and everything in and around that. Okay. Now, you'll have to excuse me a little bit. I sound a bit nasally because I have very bad sinuses, so I apologize if I'm sniffling, because all kinds of things can happen when I switch myself on to begin the healing process. But we've got a Monday mantra to review from last week first before we move into this week's energy. So your Monday mantra last week was, I accept myself fully, honor my worth and inner power, and dedicate my energy to growth, harmony, and radiant light within. So I'm going to say that again and really take it into your body. I accept myself fully. I honor my worth and my inner power and dedicate my energy to growth, harmony, and the radiant light within me. Last week, it was Diwali, and that's part of the reason why I'm here in Malaysia, also seeing my family, my parents. and it was the Festival of Lights. And I haven't been back in Malaysia for a Diwali in a long time. It's been many years. So it's been really beautiful being here at this time where my family are celebrating, my extended family, and it really tied in very well to the energy of that the masks have been coming off and more truths being revealed. Our strengths that have been hidden in vulnerability are now shining through with honor. And, our spirit guides, my spirit guides have been asking me to share with you to give us the highest praise and recognition for how significant we are on this planet. We're not just nobodies. We are here with a contribution, and we are here and being recognized. So a lot of people are being recognized at the moment. And remember, the opposite will hold true as well. You might be even looking at people through different eyes, recognizing and seeing them for who they are, rather than, do you know what Spirit's telling me? Trying to make trouble or trying to sabotage or trying to get in the way of something that is actually very pure and unadulterated, is what Spirit is saying. The sun has been flaring, meaning there has been solar flares, and I didn't realize that until last week when Spirit was telling me that. And this is bringing about the old attachments and patterns that are coming to the surface, and integrity is being asked to be in motion, to be fully aligned with bringing everything together as a whole. And we'd started that pre-shadow to Mercury retrograde, which we started on Monday. And so communication, all of those things need to be rethought, reviewed. All the words are coming up for us to be able to look at as we go through this period of this pre-shadow to Mercury retrograde. This is a good time to slow down. While I've been in Malaysia, I've been getting quite a few foot massages, and I've seen this practitioner before last year when I was here, and he touched my foot and he said, not enough balance. And I was thinking, so interesting, after we've had the new moon in Libra, he's like, not enough balance between rest and work. And I was like, this is really interesting, because it is true for me, and that's why I'm going for foot massages. But I was thinking, this person didn't know it was the new moon in Libra, but it's that slowing down, going inward, connecting deeply to ourselves. Relationship intentions are really important at the moment, creating balance in relationships, planting seeds of fairness, openness, and realignment, not forcing things. I can get really frustrated. I'm not feeling frustrated at the moment. I'm just having allergies because of the temperature changes. I've gone from New Zealand, and then it's raining here, and then it's hot and humid, and then you've got air conditioning on. Everything's getting up my nose. But it's like it's also part of me, what it is releasing control, because normally I'd be trying to push things or force things. And because I've just kind of gone with it, it's my body's going, oh, this is new for you. So you might be experiencing these physical, irritations. Maybe I'm seeing someone scratching, like itching skin or eczema or rash or something like that, where it's like this rigidity is being released so that you can actually move in the space of surrender. The shadow integration with Mars in Scorpio and Saturn retrograde in Pisces, this can stir the fears and passions, especially in love and values or boundaries. Allow these to surface for healing. Beauty and aesthetics. One thing I love about being in Malaysia is that everybody dresses vibrantly, because there are so many different cultures here. And obviously during Diwali, everyone's dressed beautifully with lots of colors, and all the festivals I was here in Chinese New Year earlier in the year as well. And the thing is, this beauty and aesthetics is really about bringing out your culture. So it doesn't mean you have to feel like you're part of a culture and dress or present yourself in a way that isn't you, but it's like, what is your culture, and bringing out the beauty in the essence of you, ritual and intention. So it was really amazing. I put it in the beginning of the video, and I'll drop it in here, but my mum had put, that was not recorded for staging or anything. It was real. I just pulled up in my taxi And my mum was recording the ritual that she did for us as we entered the house, because it was the new moon, it was Diwali. It's like clearing the energy before coming into the new house with a new beginning. And I love this because I didn't know she was going to do that, because normally we don't get that reception. It's because of the energy at the moment. Quiet reflection is really important. You know, Diwali has been about victory over light, over darkness, wisdom and truth, prevailing over ignorance and ego, good over evil, the inner awakening. And this is why we were lighting the lamps, because it's like the light within calling the soul to shine. But this is a time of the real renewal. This irritation's coming up so that we're able to move forward in our lives. And I love lighting the lamps with my mum, and it was something that, you know, I did as a child, and it's a very special ritual that takes place, because it's not just about the ritual, it is about lighting that the soul within. And this is why we've had, you know, I put up Pele's meditation, because that was so interesting, because she came to me during a meditation saying, you know, all the volcanoes are waking up. And I'd been talking to Lucy actually about volcanoes, and that spirit's been showing me this. And then the volcano that Pele is from, that where she rests, her energy rests, is the volcano that was so active last week before I even knew anything physically, because I'd received it energetically. And that is also about that light within, that lava heating everything up for us to be able to form crystals and healing. This is why if you look at the thumbnail from last week, you can see that's crystals being formed in the volcano, because that's what she was showing me. It was like there's healing in this eruption. Self-realization, unity and oneness, placing importance on the relationships that are most important. Like here, yes, I have to carry on working, but they're spending time with family and visiting and doing all of the things. We also have Lakshmi's energy really prevalent at the moment. Goddess Lakshmi brings in the energy of abundance. So there's this ability for us to receive prosperity and richness, reminding us about the inner and the material wealth that we are here for. And I'm not talking about material wealth from a place of greed, but from a place of making the physical journey more comfortable. This is all available to us right now. It is a time to release scarcity mindsets and invite blessings into every area of our life, recognizing true abundance and the virtues such as compassion, generosity, and harmony. You know, one thing I love about being home here, at home in the family home, is that, you know, I've got great parents, and you do revert back to a child, because like my fruit's cut up for me, all of the things, but I'm actually really relishing that and recognizing that that is a form of abundance for my own nourishment. The reminders for the week is remembering who we are, and that's really important message going into this week's Monday mantra as well. Entering the heart. So on the thumbnail, so this was so interesting. There was so much spiritual activity for me last week with spirit guides. Now, when we were creating the thumbnail, I said to Lucy, there needs to be a crown. I said, because that's what they're showing me. They're showing me the treasure chest. They're showing me looking within the treasure chest. So for me, the symbolism of this treasure chest was like looking within the chest of us, like looking in the heart, what we allow in through prosperity and abundance when we open up the heart. And I'll talk about this another time, but there's work that I've been doing spiritually where I'm returning things from other timelines, like returning what has been taken or what has been stolen. And when I do that, someone else here on earth is going, it's been returned, and in this timeline is going to go and take it. And this is what happened with the Louvre. And if you look at this week's thumbnail, which I'll show later on, you'll see some symbolism there that's all connected. And so it was like, you know, the pieces of jewelry that were stolen from the Louvre had been energetically returned, and then these thieves have taken them. And that crown energy, I think somebody had written there was no King's Day or something in the States. And, you know, I think there's been pictures of political leaders, you know, with crowns on their heads being shared around. Now, this wasn't happening when the Monday Mantra was recorded last week. So that crown energy, the leadership, the victories, the breaking of patterns around that topic, is really interesting what this is bringing up for all of us. And the other thing was, those on the app will know that Alexander the Great came to me during my meditation. I would normally never ever think about Alexander the Great. I barely knew anything about him. Now, when he came to me, I actually looked at him, I went, "Who are you?" And he said, "I'm Alexander the Great." And I said, "Well, why are you here?" And he said, "Well, here's my horse." And I didn't know that his horse was significant. I mean, the horse has its own Wikipedia page, its own page about who it is, and Bucephalus. And Alexander the Great had personal messages for me, which is why he came through. And then I asked him, I said, "Can I tell the others?" He said, "You know, whenever anything is happening for you, it's for other people as well as for everybody else." And so this week's meditation calls Alexander the Great in. But it's all about this victorious energy, this leadership, the accepting oneself. And the breaking the cycle is what people don't want from the crown anymore, and where has it become redundant. And so this is really important because, yes, it's about our inner chest and our treasures within here, but it's also when something is put back, who's taking it? It's really fascinating stuff to be thinking about. As we move through the week, we put up a video about Diwali, and that was just a personal reel of, me coming back to my parents and sharing the lamp lighting ritual with my mum. Now, as we moved through the week, we had the movement card come up. And the movement card reminds us that all growth begins with motion. So this was the number 16 card. So listen to this message. Stagnation is the enemy of evolution. To grow, we must be willing to flow, to change direction, and to trust the rhythm of life as it carries us forward. Spiritually, the number 16 holds a vibration of transformation through awakening, a divine call to realign with your truth after a period of disruption or stillness. It invites you to release resistance, to allow divine momentum to lift you from what was into what is becoming. As I feel the new moon energy, which I was feeling last week, it brings a dance between the light and the shadow, especially with Diwali, the Festival of Lights, a moment of choice. How will you move now? I'm feeling Alexander the Great again. And so, those of you who were researching and putting things in the group chat about what Bucephalus meant, Bucephalus was afraid of his own shadow. And so when we think about the light and the shadow, accepting oneself, it's all in that acceptance of honoring who we are in all aspects. A moment of choice. How will you move now? What steps will you take toward balance, healing, and expansion? Just as fire heats water until it transforms into steam, there are many stages of movement. Your inner fire is creating movement. This is why volcanoes are erupting, both within and around us. Water is deeply involved in volcanic transformation, lowering the melting point of rock to create magma, and then when meeting fire, exploding into new life. Water can exist deep within the earth or at the surface, yet in every form it is the catalyst for change, turning pressure into creation. So too are you, alchemizing emotion into inspiration and potential into purpose. Trust this process. You are being stirred to rise into a new state of being. In this cycle of transformation, we are reminded of Alexander the Great, who embodied the archetype of movement and discovery. Spiritually, Alexander's journey symbolized the soul's quest for divine wisdom, and his legendary search for the water of life reflected the eternal human desire to transcend limitation. His path across oceans, rivers, and deserts mirrors the energy of number 16. It's really interesting because when he came to me, He didn't come to me on his horse first. He came to me on a boat, and then he led on to the horse. It's like who walked along beside him. Like Alexander, you are invited to cross your own inner waters, to seek not the destination but the enlightenment that comes through motion. Allow the fire and water within you to merge, to ignite your next evolution. It's really interesting because now we're in Scorpio season, which is water, but that fire energy is still there, and hence you'll notice that in the meditation that I've done for you. Okay, our extended meaning of the Monday mantra. The resistance to being seen has fallen away. This is part of the journey of self-acceptance of yourself exactly as you are. May this light awaken the true abundance found in virtues such as compassion, generosity, and balance. As this energy unfolds, new opportunities begin to rise, and your gifts and your achievements are ready to be recognized. I've been sitting in the evenings tuning into the gratitude of it all, and I have been, like, especially being here, I've time to sit and really be grateful for everything that's being done for me. Even the simple sounds of just everything, the sound of the fan, the sound of the birds here, the trees, everything feels different. And I get to hear it, and I'm so lucky that I get to hear it. It reminds me that everything is a phase, like, being with my family, it's a phase. It's not always going to be like this, and eventually coming to an end and becoming a memory. When we learn to accept ourselves, we allow true growth to happen, freeing ourselves from resistance. It's really interesting because I'm feeling like this disjointed energy as I'm talking, and it's just what the energy is at the moment. It's just kind of a bit like sticky, and that's okay. And so just go with that, because that's what's meant to be happening for us at the moment. Remember, I am always here for you, but I'm only one person, and so therefore there are different ways to connect with me. Now, if you're needing any help at all for anything, email Kiran, soulthirtythree@gmail.com. We've got the app link below if you're wanting to become a member or renew. You can gift memberships as well. But we've got our different services: mini readings, soul magics, personalized meditation. So Kiran is the person to request those for, and those are great to support you on your journey as you go along and while you wait for your sessions. Now, we are moving into this week's Monday mantra, so get ready to hear it, to feel it, and to understand what this is about. Okay, your Monday mantra is, if I risk it, I know I am leading it. You are taking the risk. If I risk it, I know I'm leading it, living my vision quest into a new way of life, guided by trust, courage, and soul. Have a look at the thumbnail. What do you see? Okay, because Bucephalus came through with Alexander the Great, because we're moving into November, and November is like the shedding of illusions. And next year, we're going into the year of the horse. And it's almost like Alexander the Great came in with Bucephalus to go, okay, you're starting to prepare for this energy now. We are together. So we've now moved into Scorpio season, and starts from 22nd of October to November 21st. And this is my season. This is the season I was born. Scorpio season is characterized by deeper emotional currents, transformation, intimacy, unveiling truth, and shedding what no longer serves you. So, for example, it's a shift from the airy kind of balance of Libra into the water sign and intensity of Scorpio. And so in 2025, this is like marked by some really potent energy where Chiron is square with Jupiter. And Chiron is the wounded healer. So those type of wounds are coming out of us this week, which is okay. And this is going to be amplifying the themes of healing, facing wounds, and empowerment. So this is our focus this week. There is emphasis on dealing with what's hidden, shared resources, psychological depth, transformation of identity. So what to do or what to expect is revisit deeper relationships and power dynamics, explore or release emotional, psychological baggage, emotional or psychological baggage. Be drawn to more meaningful expression rather than surface level living. Use this time to regenerate, to renew all those words for the Mercury retrograde that we've got coming up. Renew your sense of self. Be careful of impulsive intensity, since Scorpio energy can lean towards extremes. Balance, just like my foot therapist said, balance. There is deep healing work this week. A holy trinity, look at the thumbnail, of mind, body, and soul coming into harmony. Ask yourself, are you blaming others or external pressures for your inability to find balance within these three aspects, mind, body, and soul? A few weeks ago, we explored our attachments to people, situations, or outcomes. Now, Spirit invites us to look at connection rather than attachment. Can you see your connections as a source of genuine security rather than attachments born from fear or insecurity? Spirit also reminds us to choose what our hearts desires, not what feels safe or familiar. Growth really happens in comfort. Remember who you are. This is why I brought up culture. There might be cultural things that you are being asked to remember about the ethnicity you are within or what you are drawn towards. This is about also, there's this really strong energy about just allowing yourself to be imperfect, being, learning, healing through every experience. This is our time to recharge, to gather your strength so you can take inspired risks, decide what you want, and to set clear boundaries and stick to those boundaries and really honor them. In doing so, you're creating a space your soul needs to expand and thrive. So we want to bring in that focus of the fire horse next year. Okay, this is why Spirit's been bringing us the fire energy, why in the new meditation that we will likely have up by the time you're listening to this, it's preparation for next year. 2026, the year of the 10, the zodiac animal, the horse, Bucephalus. And with this energy, it starts in February. That's when Chinese New Year is 17th of February. It was actually my granddad's death anniversary. Interesting. Sorry, my granddad's birthday, not death anniversary. But it's, suddenly I'm feeling ancestor spirit now. Remember who you are, they're saying. Okay, so this zodiac, this energy, this horse energy, this fire horse coming through next year is freedom, passion, adventure, that beginning again, intensity, charisma, and boldness, just like Alexander the Great. But it can also bring that impulsiveness and strong will. In balance is what we have to remember, especially because it's Scorpio season. That intensity is beginning now. People born in that fire horse are dynamic leaders, independent thinkers, driven by creativity and purpose. This is going to be, the new month coming up, very, very transformative energy. Mysteries have been unveiled this whole month. More guidance is coming through if you remain devoted and committed to the messages arriving for you. You're being recognized, and this week a particular energy on focusing on your masculine energy, which is why Alexander the Great has also come through, empowering you to create a new way of life. Connecting with nature and the Earth Mother to balance out the masculine will support you in forming new habits and liberating yourself from old patterns. This is a fertile time as we transition into November. The inner flame of passion and solar energy is still strong. While there may be challenging changes, feelings of loss, or periods of discomfort, these experiences also coexist with joy, success, vitality, and clarity. You are fulfilling soul contracts. And to remember who you are being asked to hold space for this transformation by when you're in that space of remembering who you are. You might want to spend some time outdoors this week, reconnecting with your inner child, allowing yourself to forgive sudden changes that may disrupt your peace. If you are a parent or a child, there may be a focus on responsibility within that role. If you are a parent of a child, and also looking from the child's perspective, This week also brings shifts in perception, highlighting what you see in the world can be a projection of your inner state. Maintain these strong boundaries, we've repeated that again, while staying loving. Ask yourself how you feel about yourself throughout the week and be willing to receive the support you need. The mini lessons for the week are trust and devotion. Trust the guidance that moves through you. Stay devoted to your path. Your dedication is seen and supported by the divine. Strengthen your spiritual connection with quiet faith. Divine masculine empowerment. Step into empowering action. Release fear and indecision and old habits that may limit your freedom. A new way of life. I'm hearing the conch shell again. You might want to go and do that meditation. It's like the summoning of a new way of life. It's like people being called to change their life. It's happening right now. But build it on courage and soul mastery and self-mastery. Grounding and authenticity, returning to earth, reconnect with nature, find balance within the chaos and express your truth unapologetically. Liberation and autonomy, reclaiming your sovereignty, live freely and authentically guided by your own soul's rhythm. There is luck and opportunity on your side. Your energy aligns with opportunity. The more you act from integrity and inspiration, the more fortune flows towards you. Creative fire, ignite your inner flame. Let inspiration and spiritual energy move through you this week for creative birth and divine expression. Joy and vitality. Celebrate life. Do you know when we were out for lunch, my mum said to me, as a kid, you'd have all your friends over, and this is like 10, 11 years old. You put the music up really loud and just dance. And I was thinking, gosh, I really need to do that again with my friends. And so bring in that celebration, transformation, and transition. Change may arrive through endings, loss, emotional shifts. Trust this process because it's activating our soul, remembering who we are, the parts we like and the parts that we may find uncomfortable. But that is also part of last week's energy of acceptance, forgiveness and release, perception and reflection, looking at how your inner world reflects your outer world, love and relationships. There's a lot of love energy at the moment. Now remember, the opposite of Monday mantras holds true too. So it may be that you're questioning relationships or bonds are getting stronger. Support and grounding, anchoring yourself into trust and sovereignty and boundaries. This week you want to hold space for yourself this week, reconnecting with innocence, embodying wisdom and trust in divine protection and guidance as your soul continues to unfold. That balance of inner and outer strength, really taking on that masculine energy from that Alexander the Great, but letting Mother Earth hold us, because Mother Earth has her own plans. This is why volcanoes erupt and tsunamis happen and all of those things occur, because we cannot control everything, but we can lead. By you taking the risk, you are leading. Honor your soul contracts, whoever is around you, even animals as well. And celebrate the joy around you through authenticity, empowerment, and abundance. Surrender to the guidance of your soul and divine flow. While these transformative energies coming in can breed those painful changes, transitions, or moments of comfort, it really is about coming back to your sovereign powers, standing strong with your boundaries, trusting the divine flow. Your action this week is embody your own vision quest. Go on a vision quest within yourself and really just sit with it and ask, where in my life am I playing it safe instead of leading from my soul? Write down that area. Reframe it. If I risk it, I lead it. I trust myself to walk in courage and faith. Feel this truth anchor into your body and then take one step towards it. Ground it in nature and integrate it. Every evening, ask yourself, what did I risk today? What did I learn about my courage? So a lot there to really think about. The way to listen to Monday mantras is listen Monday, Wednesday, Friday, read in between, take in the energy of that stickiness, it's like a record sticking, an old record sticking, or something just being disrupted is what I'm feeling. Okay, we're going to take a moment now. So I'd get you to close your eyes so we can integrate everything that we've talked about. And while you're in that space, don't forget to email Kiran if you need any help. soul33@gmail.com. And remember, being on the app is such a wonderful community we've created there, sharing in the group chat what you're piecing together from the Monday mantras, what's happening for you as you meditate, what you are learning on your spiritual journey, and of course the other services are there as well, soul33@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, tag, subscribe, do all the things, because it really helps us to be able to continue on creating content and doing all the things for you and with you. Okay. As we move into this week, we want to be able to balance the intensity of Scorpio. So feeling that Scorpio intensity and knowing that you can truly accept your shadow sides and your wounds, because they are preparing you to make changes where you are taking the risk, where you are happy to take the risk, because what have you got to lose? And from that space, wounds are going to be showing up, and that is okay. You're going to love your wounds and know that they've made you stronger, and that there is an emphasis on that depth of who you are this week. To know that you are going on a vision quest. So by going within, there's a spiral of energy coming out of your third eye now that's going to be showing you which way to go, for the year 2026. The preparations are being made now by remembering who you are, allowing that energy to come through you to recharge yourself, to know that you are fine setting boundaries, because this is the way that you are going to thrive and you are going to expand. Bringing in the energy of fire and the holy trinity of mind, body, and soul working together. And may the tree of life hold you grounded here on earth as the winds of change come in, and as you ride your horse into the future with adventure, leadership, expansion, and passion. Your Monday mantra is, if I risk it, I know I am leading it, living my vision quest into a new way of life, guided by trust, courage, and soul. I'll see you all next week.
Welcome to the Beacon by Soul33 teachings for your past, present, and future. My nose was running so badly, I had to start and stop about 10 million times recording this Monday mantra. And then I'm staring at the camera. What do I do next? Do I stay or do I go? And that's just what kept happening. I kept having to stop and start because my nose was running. Oh well, we just keep going, do what we need to do to get the Monday mantra done just for you.